SAVA stock, Cassava Sciences Inc. So these folks at Investment U are saying that the stock is now trending again, this time around for better reasons. They also pointed out that the citizens' petitions against them is behind them now, and this petition, obviously, you may have heard, is because of the allegations of forgery and manipulation and other stuff of clinical outcomes. So they also pointed out that the company is now focusing on its phase 3 study. I believe this study is as it concerns this rethink ALZ and refocus ALZ clinical research studies. So they are, yes, it's going on. They're enrolling candidates. It's to study the lead drug Simufilam, the same drug that is the really controversial one. And you may have heard also recently that Biogen, the other company, which is probably the only company that has a drug that treats Alzheimer's, is facing issues concerning costs and issues concerning side effects of the drug. So right now, I believe the interest on Cassava Sciences has grown more because a lot of market participants are definitely expecting the company to rise up to this challenge, to this opportunity that has now broken out because of the issues Biogen is facing right now. So I can imagine why it is trending and getting yet more traction. So moving on, we can see we had a few catalysts then in the last video we made on the cassava stock. So we were saying that one of them is improving the eligibility criteria for participation in the expanded access clinical trials. That's this expanded access clinical trials. So broadening its criteria as it concerns rethink ALZ and refocus ALZ clinical research studies. These ones. Okay. So any hint that advanced and severe Alzheimer's disease can be accommodated in these trials or subsequent ones, and then early approval of the drug Simufilam, and if there's hope for treating Alzheimer's disease. So yes, those were the catalysts we pointed out, and we still maintain them. So moving on to the stock, since that time, I think the last time we covered this was on the 27th of December 2021. So since that time, 27th of December, let's see where that is. Just 27th of December. Okay, we're going all the way back. Is that all the way back? 27th, we are all the way back here. Yeah, 27th. As at the 27th, at the close of that session, the stock was trading above all of its moving averages, I believe, on this all of its moving averages apart from pop-up, yeah, definitely also above us, including the 200-day moving average. And since that time, the subsequent session, the 28th, it fell and definitely closed below all of those moving averages. But of late, as of the 3rd of January, it began to rose again and spiked, as a matter of fact, and closed above all of those moving averages. Pretty much maintained that till there was this huge gain again on the 5th of January, just a few sessions thereafter. So all we have seen is that I can pretty much say it has probably been consolidating. I think you can see from that time, from the 7th, it was at 50. Okay, let's see where it closed at. Okay, 7th. Early in that session, it was at 50.30. So I would say it's probably still consolidating, moving sideways, pretty much. So let's see what the readout here is saying below. It says it appears to be exactly consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares have fallen below the 200-day moving average. Is that the case? Even though this is the 1 month chart, but it's to some extent it reflects what that readout is saying. Yes, it has fallen below the 200-day moving average. Yes, and that happened on the, it fell below that on the 13th of January 2021 at about 30 minutes past midday. That was when it happened, and it hasn't gone above that entire within the various sessions. It may have crossed above it, but right now it is still below that moving average, that 200-day moving average. So shares have fallen beneath the 200-day moving average, which is rising along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for SAVA stock, as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, is waning. Is that the case? Okay. This 1 month chart does not reflect that sufficiently, but maybe it is probably waning. But I can see, yeah, maybe because it didn't do so well in the last session of the 14th of January 2021, but it's not so wonderful, not as good as it was before. That's what the momentum is pointing out. This means that investors have been less aggressive. Okay, it's not that they are no longer buying, but they have not been as aggressive as they were. We can see all the way back to this, all the way back to the 5th of January. You can see the momentum must have been very okay. Let's see that. Let's get the momentum there. We might get an idea of what we're talking about. Exactly, you can see that it was quite aggressive then, yeah, that's where we are, somewhere around here. Okay, so yeah, probably rising up to there, so yes, they're not as aggressive as they were before. You can see RSI is also very strong at that point as well. So this means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases, and may even be taking profits from positions but at lower prices. So the unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term selling pressure has given way to near-term accumulation by traders. So yes, they are not as aggressive, but also they are also buying now. There was some selling that may have followed or may have been associated with this decline in aggression, but what we're seeing right now is also that people are gradually buying the stock. We can evidently see that. Going by what has happened since the last trading session, it began to gain. At least it closed higher than, just right about where it was. Let's see. Let's get the closing session price for the 13th. 13th, let's get the closing price. 13th. Above, at least it closed above the closing price of the previous session, so that's some improvement. So we're still maintaining our target of our immediate target of $56.95, and also maintaining our a much higher target of $74.79. So this is just an update on SAVA stock. We're maintaining our target of 56.95, immediate target of 56.95, and a much higher target of 74.79. So we're also not recommending that you buy the stock. It's a high risk stock. The potentials are there, fundamentals are there. It's of great interest to a lot of market participants. But we're not recommending that you buy it. We're just putting it out there for you to decide for yourself. So thank you very much for watching this video.